Call me Mothra felt feverish in the 106-degree desert heat. Since he was on his way to make the call, he told himself that it was probably just another case of TPA. Toxic parent anticipation. Maybe I really am sick. Maybe it's from opening mom's letter. Was there any white powder? Did Delilah send anthrax powder? Then Mothra realized Goda mental swallowed use anthrax because that was one of their banned words. Many people confuse the biotoxin called anthrax with the fairy patron saint, the Saint Anthrax. Vengeful Goda mental scowled. Still try and kill me, he thought to himself. They might send the avian bird flu bugs through the mail. The congregation could infect themselves. Make themselves godamental sacrifices. Kinda like the Jim Jones cult that drank the poison Kool-Aid. At the godamental service, they would pass around envelopes and sneeze into them. Delilah would download her hit list of potential threats to the godamental organization. After volunteers hand-addressed letters to the targets, they would mail them off and spread the deadly virus. Of course, they would have nothing to fear. The rapture would scoop them up to avoid those last days on Earth. Goda mental swooled, never be left behind. Like riding in the front car of a roller coaster, Mothra held on tight. He refused to let anything go, and his surging adrenaline rushes fed his stinking thinking. Perhaps he was being paid back for the difficult birth. Delilah shared his birth story to celebrate his 21st birthday. Happy birthday, not? Oh, your birth was like death, his mom said. After all my excruciating pain caused by you pushing your way out, I realized that you would be around for the rest of your life. How's that for a birthday present? As Mothra began to imagine that his daydream would make a great TV miniseries, he pulled into the Wald Mark parking lot. There he snapped back to a harsher reality. To keep from swearing out loud, the only begotten child of Delilah bit his lip so hard that his lower lip stud flew out and rolled on the all-too-shiny floor. Delilah? Mothra heard a bunch of kids screaming in the background. Delilah? Hello. Mom. Hello. Yes, this is Delilah. Delilah took off her cross earring and set it on the wooden picnic table. Molly Sue, push those kids back over to the storytime circle. I can't hear who's on the phone.
Mom.
He swallowed hard. It's Mothra. Who? Mothra, your son. He corrected himself. I mean, this is Marcello. Yes, Marcello. Marcello, be a good boy. Do me a favor and tell Mothra not to make any more calls to this number? Mom. Mothra regressed at the suggestion. It's me, Marcello. What a surprise. How are you, Marcello? Did you get my letter? Yes, I thought that. I'll be there on the 13th. A professional travel counselor from AAA gave me directions to your local Wald Mark. She insists that I lock the car windows. Delilah took a big drag of her Virginia Slim cigarette and waited to exhale. Lock the car door and always keep the windows rolled up, no matter how hot it is outside. Be sure to have lots of water and get a car with powerful air conditioning. Your life could depend on it, she said. She's a professional travel counselor at AAA, which is really quadruple A here in Alabama. Yes, we call it the Quad A. Oh, I'm glad you. I am still speaking. Why do you live in such a dangerous area? In a place where I jeopardize my life just to visit my son? Mom, it's not that. The Quad A counselor said your area is barren and dangerous. It's called Injun Country. You never told me that. It makes me feel ill. Do you see Injuns? Do they use bows and arrows? Don't take anything from them. We really don't need to. You know where that phrase Indian giver comes from? They give you something that looks valuable, but it's really got bad spirits in it that make you sick. Those evil overpriced crafts can spread a virus. Or something worse. I just heard about it during our church-sponsored showing of the documentary Evil in Your Art. I wouldn't worry about the Indians, Mom. Mothra leaned against the back of the molded acrylic phone booth. To siphon off some of his anxiety, he focused his attention on the 6-foot-tall plastic smiley face that rotated in front of the call station. Then, he felt a zing of fear. His mother's warning about a virus suddenly hit home. Of course you wouldn't worry about it. You don't worry about much of anything. That's one thing I can say about you. Delilah fondled her 14K gold-filled cross earring and mindlessly carved little crosses into the top of the wooden picnic table. Molly Sue, take this munchkin away. He just peed on me. Get him away. Now. Molly Sue picked up little Dennis and took him over to the Word-over Wald Mark table to change his soiled diaper. Sorry, son. Where was I? You were telling me about your trip. He wanted to say, you were getting me paranoid by talking about a virus, but felt shell-shocked. Don't you think I remember what I was talking about? Delilah slammed her hand on the table. Mom. Mothra covered his ear. I don't have much time left. I'm at Wald Mark and need to let the next person use the free phone line. Mothra didn't have much time left. Maybe he should take the envelope out of his pocket and burn it, to make sure he didn't spread the poison. Isn't that just like you? Delilah split her personality and took on her bitchy New York real estate persona. Just had to use a free phone. Well, aren't I blessed? I pray for you. Pray to our great God-mental power in heaven that you run from that tribe of fairies and come back to the people who love you. To help ease her pain, Delilah poured herself a big glass of wine from the big Wald Mark hefty party wine box. But that's your choice. God works in mysterious ways. You just wait and see what I mean. Come hell or high water, I'll be at your local Wald Mark. Delilah chugged her wine, then coughed right into the phone. I need to bring the manager our newest word over Wald Mark Infant Studies information. In the Wald Mark Bubble Dome phone booth, Mothra resisted the urge to tell Delilah what he thought. Instead, he took a deep breath. When are you going to be in the neighborhood? Delilah spilled her wine onto the red-checked vinyl tablecloth. Once again, Molly Sue came to the rescue with a box Wald Mark handy wipes. I'll be there on Tuesday the 13th. You know, our word over Wald Mark program is spreading like wildfire. I'll bring some application forms for you and your, what shall I call all of you? Can I call you guys? Yes, we are guys. And yes, we are men. Well, most of us. Mothra bit his lip harder. Mothra didn't care if he sounded sarcastic.